Hey guys, it's Paradise, and we've got some big news on the horizon with Title Update 2 for Monster Hunter Wilds. Now I know a lot of us are excited about the return of Lagi and Seregios, and the addition of layered armor is definitely a cool touch. It's great to see new content rolling out and keeping the game fresh. But let's keep it real for a second. While there's definitely a lot to look forward to with this update, it's important to keep in mind that not everyone in the community is entirely thrilled. There have been concerns about performance issues that haven't been fully addressed, and we know that there's been some negative feedback floating around because of that. So while we can absolutely be excited about this new content, let's keep an eye out for those underlying issues and manage our expectations going forwards. That way we can enjoy what's coming without any surprises down the line, and we've been managing our expectations, and that's why we didn't jump on the immediate hype and instead waited for the director's notes to make something more complete. So let's get into it, as now we've got a new roadmap with Title Update 2 dropping really soon on Monday, June 30th, and there's additional content through till September. It starts with the 2 new monsters, including their tempered versions, so they should be above the current monster's difficulty. In addition to that, in the director's letter, they have mentioned content for Title Update 3 and 4 that expands on the endgame with additional systems for skills, such as a new talisman system, and even higher difficulty quests. So it seems like they are really trying to ramp up the challenge and the endgame content for us to get us back to something spicy. But we will go through all of that after the new Title Update 2 content. So for Title Update 2, firstly we have Lagi finally returning. It originally appeared in Monster Hunter Tri, and they gave a sneak peek into its development for Tri and how they wanted it to be engaging and exciting as a selling point. So they made it a monster that could rival Rathalos. They even put all of their best people on the team to make and design Lagi, including Tokida, the now director of Monster Hunter Wilds. He was on that same team back in the day that made Lagi in Tri's development. They've even basically recreated the iconic Lagi cutscene from Tri, pretty much scene for scene. It's really awesome to see the attention to detail here. Check it out. When it comes to fighting Lagi though, most of it will be on land this time, but there is an exciting and special underwater section of the fight with no weapons, where instead you dodge, use environmental traps, and do other special underwater only actions, which is pretty cool to see as a sort of homage to the old underwater combat. We also got a peek at Lagi's armor and weapons, being faithful to the original and looking pretty awesome. They commented on how there wasn't an insect glaive back in Tri, so they've designed a new one for Monster Hunter Wilds. It's good to note to hunt Lagi you need to be at least HR 31+ and have completed the main mission, A World Turn Upside Down, and the side mission, Forest to Shagma. The tempered version of Lagi will also be added after you reach HR level 41+. And then we have Seregios, or as many like to call him Steve, who is also returning and was originally in Monster Hunter 4U. Seregios is designed to be agile, fast, and a high-paced fight with leg movements and blade scale attacks that build a rhythm. It's even designed this time to utilize a new diagonal kick while moving, which was added by the input of the animation lead, which is pretty cool. Many of Seregios' attacks do apply bleed, so you want to bring plenty of rations and stakes. We also got a peek at the armor sets, which look awesome. I love the golden color and the blade scale accents on the set. It's pretty iconic. The Palico also does a really cute pose with the armor that I just love. Seregios will be in an extra mission, and to unlock it, you must be at least HR 31+, and again have done the main mission, A World Turned Upside Down. Meanwhile, the tempered version will appear after HR 41+. The next Arch-Tempered monster is also coming, and this time it's Uth Duna, as an event quest and a free challenge quest available at HR 50+ on July 30th to August 20th. We got a sneak peek at the Gamma armor sets with the Uth Duna aesthetic, which is likely to have some powerful new skills, and I really hope they mix up the current mix sets and give us something to chase again. Layered weapons are also finally coming, which I'm very happy about, and they had a cool visual showcase for this. You unlock the layered version of the weapons after crafting the final weapon in the tree, and for the Artian weapons you get it after you max reinforce one of the Artian weapons, and then you get all of the previous version of that Artian weapon as a layered armor. For the Palico weapons, you unlock them after forging the high rank weapon versions. Then we have the new collab with Fender guitars on August 27th to September 24th. There was a really cool 20th anniversary celebration Rathalos guitar that went on sale way back in March. Well, now they've added in a limited time event quest that will reward you with this guitar as a gesture in-game so you can riff the theme in-game. It's pretty cool, to be honest. They explained the work of 3D scanning the guitar to get it in the game and using motion capture for all of the gesture's movements. Plus, they recorded the music you play off of someone actually playing the real-life Rathalos guitar for the sound effects. Honestly, it's not a collaboration I was expecting in-game, but it is pretty cool. I just hope we get more collabs more often and less spread out, including ones with new monsters. That would be really cool to get. Photo mode has also been upgraded with new options like character visibility settings and filters. They will make getting those tasty thumbnails and photos much easier because you can finally hide the handler and the sacred that always photobomb you. They've also said there'll be more stuff coming in the future for it too. On top of this, you can now swap handlers, letting you change out Alma for Arekkz and take him as your handler if you want instead. But honestly, I think I'll keep Alma. There's also a ton of DLC coming, with some of it being included in the DLC Deluxe Pass, some of it's free and others will be paid. We currently know there are 4 dances coming for free that you can grab, so that's pretty cool. So get ready to boogie on down as these dances look pretty wild. There's also these crazy looking tech wear outfits and jacket that looks cool. A new support hunter is also being added into the roster called Minna, who uses a sword and shield. And you can finally select which exact support hunters will join you in a quest. Furthermore, new pendants and outfits were also shown as rewards for content coming in the update, and additional event quests on the way that will include rewards like armor spheres, special equipment, and more. These were really good in Title Update 1 for farming, so hopefully they will be just as good. There's also going to be a challenge quest for both Mizu and Uth Duna, so for those who enjoy hunting under a bit of pressure, that might be something for you to try out. Then in July, we have a new summer festival, the Flamefete, coming on July 23rd until August 6th. It adds a new aesthetic theme for the Grand Hub, looking somewhat Hawaiian themed with wooden statues and vibrant plants all around. I really love the look of it, and it will include new limited time equipment, gestures, pop-up camp decorations, and more. I just really hope the armor set is as good this time as it was in the last festival. To go over the new roadmap though, we can see that Title Update 2 drops on June 30th, that's Monday, bringing back both Lagi and Seregios alongside the layered weapons and other features. Then kicking off on July 23rd, we have the Festival of Accord Flamefete, a limited time seasonal event packed with themed quests and unique rewards. And then just a week later on July 30th, Arch-Tempered Uth Duna will arrive for a new high difficulty challenge running till August 20th. And to close it all out from August 27th to September 24th, we'll have that special Fender collaboration event quest. But that isn't the end of it. We do know from the new director's letter that Title Update 3 will be coming near the end of September, and it will include a whole new talisman crafting system rewarded from a new tier of difficulty of quest. These new talismans will have a wide range of skills, including exclusive weapon and armor skills, and randomly assigned decoration slots, making them a possible and vital new piece of gear for optimal endgame mix sets. Hopefully, this really does spice things up and add that chase back into the game. With the combination of new endgame monsters and new things to farm, it will really switch the meta up. Furthermore, we know in Title Update 4, which will be coming in winter, that they will include a new monster and more challenging elements. Plus, the Artian weapons might be getting a new system or rework, as they want them to remain valuable even after all of the new gear from the new monsters and Arch-Tempered monsters have been added in. They also specifically have noted that they're working on various improvements and adjustments, including improving the usability and game stability. They say they'll continue to work on these through updates, with the title updates, excluding bug fixes and other updates, being implemented every few months, as with the first and second updates. So hopefully they are taking the performance issues seriously, and there are actually some improvements for the performance coming in this title update too, so let's go through the patch notes. There are a lot of patch notes, so we've highlighted some of the standout things that we thought you would definitely want to know, and we'll start with the weapon buffs and nerfs. To start with, the hammer has had adjustments, including, and most notably, a new follow-up from a successful offset that looks awesome. On top of this, more moves have been given the offset effect, like the charged upswing and mighty charged upswing, which is really good since sometimes you would need to drop a charge early to go into these moves, and now you can topple a monster with them. Damage has also been increased for both Mighty Charge Slam and Big Bang, which is something people have been asking for. The Sword and Shield also sees various adjustments with both buffs and nerfs, with the shield attack, bash and hard bash getting stun and raw damage buffs. Perfect Rush is also getting a raw damage buff, and then Chop, Side Slash and Counter Slash are getting damage decreases. The Dual Blades see a variety of changes, mostly buffs with a couple nerfs too, namely seeing improvements to its Demon mode, with faster move speed, more damage on its basic moves, skips to Blade Dance 2 after dodging, and even the Focus Strike and Heavenly Blade Dance are getting a buff in damage. Screw Slicer is specifically called out for damage, elemental and status being greatly increased, while Blade Dance's elemental and ailment scaling have been decreased. The Hunting Horn sees major improvements though. Its Focus Strike both adds an extra note and sets down an automatic echo bubble if you perfectly time each part of the Focus Strike. Plus, the echo bubble's damage hitbox range has been massively increased, which is awesome to hear for all Hunting Horn players. Furthermore, performing while mounted will no longer stop you on your Sacred, so you can finally ride and perform without falling behind. The Switch Axe has a variety of buffs across the board that I love to see, with it being easier to control across several moves, increased elemental scaling for a multitude of moves and file explosions, and even raw damage increases and gauge management improvements across a few moves as well. The Charge Blade also has a ton of improvements, including and most notably making guard points have perfect guard detection, so you can perfect guard from a guard point finally, and it even allows you to follow up with a Savage Axe Slash. The AED and SAED have also been buffed, alongside several regular moves and file damage receiving a buff, while the multi-hits of Savage Axe mode see a slight decrease. These changes are likely meant to promote playing a bit more diversely than just spamming Savage Axe. The Longsword looks like it's getting a variety of buffs, and it looks like Capcom is trying to break the current meta of Spirit Slash into Crimson Slash by buffing the damage of Crimson 2 and 3, specifically with Elemental. The Lance isn't getting as many changes as other weapons, but there are a few buffs to its Focus Strike, as you will now be able to chain into Charged Counter after Victory Thrust. They also have made it easier to land the Focus Strike, which is great as it was a bit finicky to execute. Sadly, it doesn't look like there's any major changes to the ranged weapons though, but in the director's letter, we see a variety of weapons including the bowgun icons listed under early August as having expected balance changes. So it looks like, if I'm reading this correct, that there may be more balance changes coming in August. For those looking for performance improvements, while they didn't talk about it in depth, they have outlined in the patch notes that there are reductions in VRAM usage, which is a good thing as this is one of the bottlenecks that Digital Foundry highlighted as causing crashes, stuttering, and more general issues with the game. It looks like they've also remedied an issue with the UI, miscalculating the actual amount of VRAM which was being used. So hopefully we'll see an improvement to performance, as this is still a major issue for many players. Not only that, but the patch notes gives us a small insight into some of the new quests being added in, as they have the names of them listed. There's Trembling Blue Currents, Clear with a Chance of Sandstorm, New Fashion Old Feelings, and part of the Trembling Blue Currents quest will also give us access to a new area in the Scarlet Forest, which the community is speculating is for the Laggy Hunt. There also seems to be a new pendant that you can earn for talking to the NPC Furiand in the Windswood Plain and completing a task for him. Finally, tempered monsters will appear in monster herds, which is a great thing to hear as the herd feature was really underutilized. So what do you think about the new roadmap, title update 3 and 4 details, and the return of Lagi and Seregios? Tell us down below and we'll see you guys in the next one. Here at Arekkz Gaming, we're two friends who love to play games. You have me, Paradise, as well as 2-6.
Our goal is to keep the videos as concise as possible by cutting out any of the fluff and focusing on what really matters with high quality videos.
So make sure you're subscribed down below for more videos on your favorite games coming very, very soon.